everyone, Linda here again with you from Gunlock Lane Jewellery. This week we've got another link for you. I think you're going to really like this link. We're also going to be putting it together in a bracelet. The bracelet obviously is just for inspiration only. It's not a full tutorial on the bracelet itself. Yeah, so we'll have a look at that. This is a link that we're going to be making this week. So if you'd like to learn how to make that link, then stay with me. And before I finish this bit off, I just wanted to show you last week's bracelet, which is totally complete now. It's been oxidized and cleaned up and polished, and that's what it looks like. So we'll be doing a similar thing, putting the bracelet together. So you stay with me. I'll just gather all my supplies and I'll get right back with you. Okay, so let's get started. So I've got a piece of 18 gauge copper wire here that I've pre-annealed. It's 11 centimeters long, which is 4 3/8 of an inch. Why I pre-annealed it is just because it's so much easier to work with. If you've got strong hands, you don't need to worry about it, but my hands aren't that strong, so I pre-anneal anything over 20 gauge. Okay, so we're going to start off with, got a round nose pliers here, and I'm just grabbing the tip of that and pretty close to the tip of my round nose pliers as well. So we're just going to turn a loop. And that's a horrible loop. So I'm going to just trim the end of that. This gives you a much nicer start to your spiral. Okay, just close that loop up and make it a bit nicer looking like that. And I'm going to grab, I'm using a pair of sturdy bent chain nose pliers here. You can use your wire straighteners to do this if you're worried about marring your wire, but I just find these really slippery, so I tend not to use them. But you might not find them slippery, so go ahead and use them. So I'm going to grab it, and I'm grabbing really firmly with my pliers, and I'm just going to make a spiral here. Now I'm sort of bending this wire up and moving my pliers in at the same time. So we just want to get a spiral started. So I'm just going to do a few times around like that, and then I'm going to go up to the other end and facing the opposite way. So I've got this spiral coming down. Now I'm going to turn this loop up the opposite way. I don't know what's going on with my loops this morning, my goodness. Anyway, you know, it wouldn't be one of my videos if something didn't go perfectly right for me. Do all this stuff perfectly off camera, and as soon as the camera switches on, that's it. Over and done with. Alright, so we're going to turn the spiral, go in the opposite way now. Okay, that's about the size of the other one, so I'm going to switch, and the whole purpose of this is to try and keep your spirals roughly the same size, so the same amount of turns. Alright, I'm almost there. And we just want to bring them up till they're touching each other. just like that. So that's what it should look like. Okay, now I'm going to grab my round nose pliers, and I'm going to just put one nose in the through the center there, and I'm just going to give it a push. If it doesn't come up as high as what you want, or it's a bit hard to do, try with two noses in there, and just be gentle and just give it a little bit more of a push. So you want something that looks like that. Give it a little bit more, and it doesn't matter if it's not beautifully neat. You can see mine sticking up like that. That just adds to the design. So we're going to do on the other side as well. Push that up, and I go in there and give it a little bit more of a push with both knobs like that. And what you want is roughly for them to be, they don't have to be perfectly even. I'll push this one out a little bit more. Because remember, it's freeform, so it, you know, nothing has to be perfect. That's what I love about freeform. I would drive myself nuts if I tried to get everything perfect all day. Okay, so now I'm going to come in with, I'm just using my fine bent nose pliers here. Whatever you've got, I just use something fine. And I'm going to hold on to that center bit like that. And I'm going to bend these two together. Oop, I push one up a little bit too hard then. And of course it has to happen on camera. I'm going to pull those down and pull that up a little bit. See, one snuck inside the other one. See if I can fix this. That looks pretty good to me. I like the shape of that. I don't want mine to look perfect, but if you want yours, you can fiddle around. Just bring that in a little bit closer. Whoops. And that looks pretty good to me. So now I'm going to grab another piece of 18 gauge wire. Ooh, don't roll off. And flush cut the end of that. And then this is basically just judging for yourself. I'm not going to give you a measurement on this. I'll measure it, but like I just eyeball. So when I've cut this, I will measure it for you. But and this is just a guesstimation. You just need enough to do two wire wraps at each end. One wire wrap at each end. That's 10 centimeters, which is 4 inches. Okay, I'm going to grab my round nose pliers again. And I'm going to do a wrap loop. And I heard on someone's video the other day that, I don't know the exact words that we use, but it was something like, it's pretty much impossible to do a wrap loop on an 18 gauge wire. And that sort of made my ears prick up. And I'm like, I do them all the time. So I can't remember what video I was watching now. Someone's tutorial. But I didn't leave a nasty comment or anything down the bottom. Obviously, I wouldn't do that. But I don't know why they think it's almost impossible. I've been doing it for years. Obviously, it's harder than using, you know, a finer wire, but it's not impossible. I'm showing you right now it's not impossible. And if you found it really hard, you could always pre-nail your wire anyway, and then you shouldn't have any problems with it. So I just can't think who it was now that I was watching that said that. And tuck that little tail down. Now you can also do this with a what am I thinking of? Trying to think of here. A simple loop, if you wanted to. I don't like doing simple loops. I actually detest doing them because one will turn out perfect and the other one's always wonky, and it doesn't matter how many times I practice, it just still happens to me. I don't know whether you're the same or not, but yeah, and I also don't find them very secure, so especially if you're going to put something like in a bracelet. Okay, so we've got a wrap loop on this end, and I'm going to do a wrap loop on the other end. So you saw me thread that through. Yeah, so you just go, I was talking then and forgot to tell you, so you just go straight through the middle of the wire and come out each of the smaller loops in the center. So 10 centimeters might have been a little bit too much for this. I've roughly got about 2.5 centimeters left over there, I'd say. Yeah, as I said, just gauge it for yourself. So I'm going to cut that off and tap that down. There, and we've got a nice little link. You can straighten it up, obviously. Didn't tap him down very well. Okay, so that's a little link there. You can also do it, if you're out the way, with two. So we'll grab another piece of 18 gauge wire, flush cut, and you probably need a little bit more wire for this because you've got two, so I'm just going to guesstimate about there. And we're just going to do the same thing I wasn't going to put this one together, but I decided I'd show you what it looks like. So I'm going to have to turn my hair off in a minute. It was chilly here this morning and now I'm getting really, really hot. So I'm just going to wrap that around 3 times. We've had beautiful weather here lately. It's still a bit chilly in the mornings and can get a bit chilly overnight. But I've actually got 2 pair of pajamas going at the moment. I've got a pair of summer and a pair of winter that I, might wear my winter for 2 nights and then it gets really hot. So a pair of summer pajamas the next night and then back into winter pajamas the next night. So 2 pair of pajamas on the go. Okay, and then you just thread these 2 through the center like that. And finish him off. Go a little bit faster here. I'm a slowpoke anyway. I do everything jewelry making slowly. I just take my time and, oops, drop them. Take my time and enjoy the process. I'm not in a hurry. It's not like I'm on a deadline or anything like that. And as I said, you can do what are they called? Simple loops, if you wanted to. I did one with a simple loop and I didn't like the look of it. Tuck him in. And there we go. We've got our two little chain links. I'll show you the one with the simple loop on it. You might like it. I didn't. I just yeah, you choose whichever one you think. But that's our little link. So I'm going to get everything together and I'll come back and we're going to put it together in the bracelet. I'm only using this small one here in the bracelet. Okay, it won't be long. Okay, welcome back. Let's get started on this, putting this bracelet together. Now, I've got all my bits and bobs, excuse me, here that I'm going to be using in this bracelet. This is the link that I just showed you, and what I've gone ahead and done was I've obviously connected them all together, but I've also put them through like oxidized them and put them through the tumbler. And the reason that I've done that with basically all of these components is because I'm using check beads in this bracelet, and they do not like the tumbler. Like, all the coating comes off. They just don't survive the tumbler. So I've done all my metal components first, including the head pins, done all of those, and yeah, so that's where I'm up to with that. So let's get together, let's get this together and let's start putting it together, I should say. So that's the component that I showed you, and I'm attaching it to this other component here, which I've attached some, what are these, mookaite, and I can't think of the shape of these beads off the top of my head now. But anyway, mookaite is the only gemstone that I've used in this thing. Everything else is check glass, and so I want to go through those with you. So these are the mookites, got those there, and this is a check glass little drop that's drilled top to bottom. Another little rondelle, little check glass rondelle, Picasso. They're both Picasso finished. These little guys here, these are tiny little drops that are drilled side, like from across the top but sideways, and little check glass daisy spacers. And what's that one? Yeah, that's another little check glass Picasso finish, just a tiny little fire polished bead. And then these ones, I'm not sure if they're check or not, but they are a glass bead, and they do have a coating on them. If you can see that, one side's clear and the other side's got like a yellow goldy colour on it. So yeah, I just wanted to show you those. You probably got those, something similar to that at home in your stash. All right, so let's get started on putting this together. So grab a couple of pair of pliers, and I've already attached one lot of beads here, and these are the mookites, so they're attached there. And I've done that basically for time, and I'm only going to do like one of these and then one lot of these, and then I'll go off camera and put the rest of them on, and then we'll come back and finish putting the bracelet together. So I've already done my first loop there, so I'm just going to open that up. And it doesn't matter where you place these on, you know, you don't have to place them in order, just do whatever you want to do, basically. Just that I've got on my finger there something. So I'm just going to hold on to that. And actually, I can probably pretty much wire wrap this with my fingers, I think. I like to use my fingers whenever I can. I think they're your best tool. I'm just making sure that's nice and tight on there, as far as the bead's not moving up and down on the wire. And so this is going to be like a, I don't know, they used to be called charm bracelets. I think they're called cha-cha bracelets or something these days. I've got to make sure I've got these going the right way, because it's going to matter when we put the bracelet together. Okay, we'll move on to this one. I've just taken a band-aid off my thumb here because I couldn't work with it. I got a little bit of the copper filing in there. I think it might still be in there. I had a band-aid on with some drawing ointment on it, but I just couldn't manage with a band-aid on to do anything, so I had to take it off, and it's really sore actually. So you see me struggling, it's because yeah, I've got a sore finger. You can still see some of the black ointment there down inside my finger there. That really hurts when you get a metal filing in your finger, if you've ever had one. It's the first one I've ever had, actually. But boy, does it hurt. Okay, get him down nice and tight. So we've got 3 on. What else have I got to go on there? This one. I might go this side of this one now. Ouch. I just grabbed that right on where it hurt. Okay, and I've got one more, and I've put 3 of these on in a little group like that with the little top drilled teardrop beads. Okay, come around there. You can put as many of these little charms on as you like. Totally up to you. Okay, they're nice and tight. Okay, that's one little section done there. So what I'll do is I'll go off camera and I'll add the rest of these on. You saw how I did that. You can add them on any way that you like. And when I've got them all on, I'll come back and we'll finish putting the bracelet on together. Putting the bracelet together. Okay, I'm back with you, and I've finished attaching all my little charm beads there. So that's what it's looking like so far. Now, I just wanted to say with this, I've got 5 on each ring here. You could do, I wouldn't go any less than 3. It'd look a little bit bare, but 5 is pretty full. So 3 or 4, if that's the look you like, or 5 as I've done. And if you wanted to, you could make this even more lush by adding beads on the other side of the ring, so you'd have like a double set. So that just, you know, just an idea for you. Okay, so let's finish putting this together now. Okay, so we've got our link that we made today, so we're going to attach that here. I'll just grab my tools. I'm going to get a jump ring, and I'm going to feed that through these 2 loops here. And just because I didn't want just a jump ring attached like that, you can if you want to. That, like, as I said, it's all up to you. This is just my little, just add a little bit more interest. So I've just made some balled little findings here. A jump ring that's not actually a jump ring, so I don't know what it's called. It's just something I decided I'd make and put on there, just to take the effect away from the jump ring itself. So what I'm trying to say is it's just my design, what I decided I wanted to do. Just so it's just a little bit more interesting, a little bit more movement there in the middle of the bracelet. You could add a bigger jump ring and put a few more on if you wanted to, make a real feature out of it. Totally up to you. As I said, I'm just giving you ideas here. It's even though I showed you the link to start with, this putting the bracelet together is just for total inspiration. Okay, so we've got that. What will we add on now? We'll add on our we'll add on our clasp here. I'm just thinking this as I'm going along what I want to do. Actually, we'll add the toggle on while I'm thinking. So, got my jump rings all caught up here. I'll use these ones over here. They're easy to get. All right, so I'm going to add 2 more on. Okay, that's our toggle added on. Now, I'll turn it around this way. And I want to add this guy on with a little dangle thing. I've made a smaller one of these rings here that I used on this side. A smaller one there, and I've just added 3 charms to that. I didn't want to add the whole lot of them. Okay, now let me figure out how I'm going to attach this. Okay, so I want to come in that side. And that one. Close that up. And I want to add in 1 more jump ring in there just for a bit more security. Go through there. This is where my brain switches off sometimes, which absolutely annoys the living daylights out of me. Oh, wait a minute, where am I? I want to go through here. I should have just left it at 1 and not made myself look so silly. I'm going through there. And through there. If I can get 1 more through there. Let's see if I got that right. Did I get it right? No, I missed going through those 2 jump rings. See, I knew I'd do something silly. Okay, Lyndon, I get it right this time. Okay, go through there. Wait a minute. Through there, and then through there. Come on. There we go. Let's see. Hopefully, fingers crossed for me. No, I still got it wrong. All right, I'm going to... Did I get it wrong? No, I got it right. Yay. Oh, goodness. It was just the way it was laying. All right. Yes, everything looks like it's sitting totally fine. Okay, I'll just get out of there. I'm going to put it on my wrist and give you a look at it on my wrist. I'm not going to do it up. Where is it? Around there. All right, so you can wear this any way you like. Same as the one last week. Obviously, I think I would wear it with the deck with all of this stuff up the top and have the chain coming around the back, and then you've got your dangle hanging down there. I think it's a lovely one. It's very autumn colours, which I know the Northern Hemisphere is coming into autumn, where we're just coming into spring. Well, we are in spring, rather. I've been in spring since the beginning of September. And won't be long we'll have summer. Hopefully a nice hot Christmas so we can spend time in the pool at my daughter's house. Oh, get through there, Linda. Jeez Louise. All right, what I was trying to do was put that together so you could see it. Laying down. There's the dangle there. And there's the bracelet. Maybe if I put it around this way. Oh, I can't get it all sit properly. Anyway, I think that's a beautiful bracelet. You guys let me know down in the comments what you think. So that was our link for this week. Put into a chain. Okay, Facebook, the numbers are growing down there. People are posting lovely things. So if you'd like to join Facebook, it's free to do so. It's a private group, and I'll leave a link down the bottom in the description area for you guys. If you'd like to have a look and see what everybody's up to with their work, get some inspiration, and if you need some advice or you have questions or whatever, you can ask those there as well. Patreon, I found out what's happening with that. You don't need to be a full member if you don't want to be a full member to get my other tutorials. You can pay per tutorial now. I was trying to get that out. So that's something that Patreon has come up with. I still think it's a better price if you pay monthly. I haven't put anything up for a few weeks now because I wasn't sure what was happening with it all. I didn't understand what was going on. Now I know how it works. I will start posting some more tutorials there for you guys. But as I said, you can pay per tutorial, so you can go into Patreon. I'll leave a link down the bottom. You can have a look and see what I've got there. And if there's something that you just want, one thing that you want to make, you can pay per tutorial. But as I said, if you want to see everything, or try and have a go at everything, it's better if you do the monthly fee. And I'm going to drop the monthly fee. At the moment it's $8. I'm going to drop that down to $6 a month. So you'll be saving a little bit more money there as well. That's it. So Facebook, Patreon, I think that's all I had to say to everybody. Yeah, okay, guys, I shall catch you all next week. Everybody have a good one. Go and make something beautiful. And I'll catch you all next week in the next video. So take care. Bye.